The stage is set, the bright lights are on. Welcome along to OFT Fight Talk episode 72. I'm joined, as always, by #WinThisDecision, Mr. Robert Palin.
Hello.
And I'm Noel O'Keefe. If you're watching on YouTube, hit subscribe. It's just below me there. You get to see all our old videos. We're only small, we're only building, so share us on all social media. That's Facebook, Twitter, whatever you use, share this. You'll find us at obviously Fight Talk and at @talk_fight on Twitter, and obviously Fight Talk everywhere else. Big shout out as always to Fight Star Ireland, the fighter's choice. Everything you need under one roof. Check them out and tell them the lads from obviously Fight Talk sent you. And MMAmix.com. They're obviously good because they're with obviously Fight Talk. This week we will be joined by a couple of people to talk about a couple of things. We will have
mostly one big thing.
Yeah, bit of news happened this week. All right, we'll have, get ready for it. Here we go. Oktawian Daniel Olejniczak. We're gonna go with. We're gonna have to get Obi-Wan to confirm this one for us. Johnny Jitzu will be just getting on, and he's going to talk about a hot subject this week. No points for guessing what he's going to be talking about. We're going to be joined by Tommy McCormack. Tommy McCormack, if you've been to a lot of shows, be it boxing, Muay Thai, MMA, you'll have seen Tommy. He's rubbing up the men. He's putting Vaseline on them, and he's looking after their cuts, men and women, I should say. So Tommy will be joining us, and Tommy will be giving his expertise opinion on Mayweather, McGregor. Tommy's usually involved in boxing, so pretty interested to hear what a boxing man has to think about this.
Very interested.
And we'll be joined by, we're not saying he's the best in the business, we're just saying there's no one better than him. Brendan Dorman will be joining us later on, just to have a chat about what went down and what's going on this weekend at UFC. But let's start where we are starting to get back into a rhythm of starting with your quick fire news.
Consistency.
This is 2 minutes on the clock. We talk about a subject. If you haven't listened to us before, shame on you. But we talk about a subject for 2 minutes. We read it out, we discuss, 2 minutes is up, time goes, and we're off. So, just like this. UFC Hall of Famer and legend Matt Hughes was involved in a motor accident when his pickup truck was in a collision with a train. Hughes is in a stable condition 2 days after the truck he was driving was struck by the train. His sister wrote Sunday on Facebook, he has some minor lacerations and bruising and is currently being weaned from his ventilator. The statement read, he is not yet awake and not responding as we would like to see, but we can see the fight in him. Now I think from then he has been awake, there has been reports, it's just not confirmed. But yeah, a crazy, scary moment for the Hughes family.
Yeah, I'm not going to go with the buzzer on this one because, again, it's one of them ones that you don't really want to time yourself talking about. We don't have to spend too much time on it. But hopefully Matt will be okay. It's horrible news. It comes on the same week as, you know, the other horrible news that we had as well with Tim Hague, which we're going to talk about with Dan, so we won't be talking about it now. But yeah, horrible news. Hopefully he's okay. I know he's stable, but I don't think he's awake.
Yeah, I know there was conflicting reports.
Yeah, so
we're not too sure of it yet. So
yeah, we're not too sure yet. But still, you know, train accident, I believe it was.
Yeah, his pickup was struck by a train.
A train, which is crazy. Which, you know,
hit the passenger side of the vehicle. Yeah,
so again, hopefully he's okay. Terrible news. You don't hear, you know, that about anybody.
Yeah.
Absolute legend of the sport. So yeah, just, you know, hopefully he's okay.
Yeah,
that's all you can really say about that.
UFC are upping their production by adding sensors to fighters' gloves and shorts and other sets of the arena, bringing real-time stats to the live broadcast from punches thrown to speed, power, etc. So what do you think about this? This is obviously going to heighten the experience with the whole effective punching, effective strikes.
Yeah,
they'll have to tell more if they have sensors on the...
Yeah, like it'll make sense for... you know, the audience and maybe for the commentators probably get something from it. And it's pretty cool. Like, it is a good idea, I think. But
I think baseball do a similar thing.
Baseball. I think it's based on their statistics.
Yeah.
But for judges, I don't believe they're going to be given this information. And should they be given the information? I'm not sure. That'd probably make it like the amateur. That'd make it like an amateur sport where you're counting punches and stuff like that. So it'll make it too, I don't know. It shouldn't be too scientific, fight judging, in my opinion. You know, it can be, but I don't know. There's something about, you know, if you're putting too much science behind fight judging, it probably doesn't really tell the story of the fight even. You know what I mean? But it is going to be pretty cool. Like, it's the whole, you know, idea of showing the power of the punches and stuff like that. It's interesting. You can't really do that right now. When I first read it, I just read like, you know, punching statistics, and I was like, well, we kind of have that already. You know, there's people who provide that information already. But when you actually get into it, and they're going to be putting the sensors in the gloves, and it's going to be kind of more advanced statistics, it's kind of cool. Like, it is kind of cool.
Yeah, but it's going to be something, isn't it? It's going to be another spoke in the wheel in a sense of the broadcast. They like to say, well, you know, such and such throws the most significant strikes and the most powerful blows in this division, and they can, you know, it's just an add-on.
And again, over time, it'll be interesting, because you'll see like this guy has an average of, you know,
and then you can see their power dropping like
exactly.
That
so
so you don't have to say, I think he's lost his power. You like to say, he fucking has lost his power. Look,
you can see it.
He used to punch at 87, and now he's only punching at 72.
Yeah,
dweeb. Yeah, but again, it's just more for the broadcast, but it should bring something, a new aspect.
It is interesting. It's you know, I'm looking forward to seeing how they use it. Yeah, you know, more so than anything.
Excellent. Why don't you do the next one there?
Give me 1 second.
Pressure,
Chris Cyborg versus Megan Anderson is now on for the UFC featherweight title, as Jermaine the Randomie has been removed as champion, and the bout will take place at UFC 214.
Randomie has also said that she wasn't aware of it. She found out on social media.
And the UFC, I think, in their statement, they said they reached out and they told the camp. So who knows?
Two sides to every story. Yeah. But if she didn't hear it, she heard it on social media. That is the equivalent of your girlfriend/boyfriend breaking up with you over text.
Yeah, it is actually.
Scumbags. Connor said the same. Connor said he wasn't made aware when he got stripped at
Demetrius was told a lot of things. Demetrius found out that the winner of that tough season was going to be his opponent. Through his Twitch stream.
Look,
you know,
in a way, like, don't get me wrong, you don't want to see fighters getting stripped of titles and stuff like that, but Randomie clearly said she wasn't going to fight Cyborg.
The first question was,
there's only 4 women in the division.
Do you agree with that, the stripping of the Randomie? I do, to be honest.
Yeah. Like, and she's even said, like, she was that annoyed about that. She said, I'll be back at 135 pounds.
Yeah,
like, do you know what I mean? So
it's so weird though, isn't it?
If you're kicking up a fuss over it, come back at 145. Yeah, you know what I mean.
You know, it's the whole idea that she didn't want to fight Cyborg because of the substance abuse and the steroids and stuff. You know, you can understand that to a certain point,
but she hasn't been. She
hasn't been positive since she's been to the UFC. There's been that shaky, remember that shaky period.
But that was cleared.
It was cleared.
So it's like,
and you know, I'm sure a lot of fighters do have their questions about her, but when she's being tested and you know she's in the division and she's clearly number 1, at some point you just have to say, okay, they're doing everything possible, you know, everything that they say is possible to catch her. They haven't caught her. You kind of have to fight her. You know, I understand it to a certain point.
And in a way, Randomie's defense is sort of brutal because, you know, division in a way was almost set up to facilitate Cyborg.
Yeah.
Like Ronda got handed the title when she came in at 135. So realistically, this division was created. Cyborg, you know, she's the killer in this division, and it's not like there's 15 ladies in this division already primed, ready to go.
There's not.
There's 4.
Yeah, it's really.
And Holly Holm just fought at 135.
Yeah, I know. It's
so and Randomie wants to go back and fight at 35. So there's basically Cyborg and Megan Anderson.
The unfortunate thing about these divisions that are really, really thin is that you'll have somebody like Megan Anderson, who I believe right now isn't ready for Cyborg, but she's still the best opponent for Cyborg, which is unfortunate.
Well, nothing is official. Both Stephen Thompson and Jorge Masvidal said during a fan Q&A in Singapore ahead of UFC Fight Night 111 that they are on board for a future showdown. They said it's just a matter of settling on a date and location. Do we like this potential matchup?
I think that's a brilliant fight. I think that's one of the better fights in the division you can make. Jorge Masvidal, you know, say what you want about his performance against Maia. I thought he done really, really well dealing with Maia's transitions, the grappling that Maia has. And this is like, you know, I don't know if you can compare Stephen Thompson's striking to Maia's grappling in that way, the way it's superior. Yeah. Maybe you can. I'm not sure if it's quite at that level. You know, he's a phenomenal striker, but I think it's a similar type of situation where Masvidal's going to have to try figure him out. And I think it's a brilliant fight. It's two of the best fighters in that division. And they both want to fight each other. Just make the fight. And I'm sure they will. I don't see any reason why they wouldn't make the fight. Both coming off losses to really good guys. So I love it. I think it's a brilliant fight.
I agree. I think it's a great fight. And I think it is a difference of striking styles that this fight would be. Obviously, Wonderboy, you know, comes from the karate background. His style is him and Machida, very similar in that sense.
Yeah.
Masvidal is more of a one and done style fighter, so it'll be interesting to see how he finds the range, getting in that range, getting out of that range. Would he look to take it to the ground? I don't know, but I just think it's a good fight. That it's great. This is something that Brendan Dorman, for example, or Robin Black or something will be going, ooh, I want to break this fight down.
Absolutely,
because it's a great fight. Yeah. Both fighters are known more for their stand-up, let's be honest, but they both bring two very different variations of striking to the table. So again, it's almost like, you remember that TV show years ago where they used to say who would win in a fight, a Spartan or a gladiator?
Yeah.
Who Deadliest Warrior?
Deadliest Warrior, yeah.
It'd be like that. So it's two fighters who are killers at both at the style of fighting they do, but they're gonna have to change and adjust their striking to fight off against one another. So it's who is Deadliest Warrior?
That's what I
UFC
love
style.
about,
I like it.
you know, the way Dorman and the way Black and everybody does their breakdowns.
Hardy,
Dan Hardy. I love the way, you know, a lot of people will say, oh, these two guys are strikers, but it's not that easy. It's completely different. Two completely different styles of striking. And it's not that one guy is more of a kicker and one guy is more of a puncher. That might be the case.
Just do things differently.
They just do things completely differently with their hands, with everything, and it's the same even in boxing. Like, it's, you know, two guys could be boxers, but they're two completely different styles of fighters. So
two subjects in a row. You've gone over time.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Bellator had announced earlier in the week that both Mike Goldberg, your man, and Mauro Ranallo will be calling the action in the historic Bellator New York card. To many people, both men are the voice of MMA, and this is surely a great addition to the Bellator broadcast. Question mark?
Yes, it is. Goldie is Goldie, you know. Virtually identical, the two lads.
Not really, but yeah.
No, completely different.
I love that though.
But the two of them bring, like, yes, people get, I think it's quite funny when you read on the likes of Reddit or Twitter and people slay Goldie, right? Because he makes so many mistakes. But he's air mistakes, you know what I mean? Like the one with Ronda Rousey, she's gassed. Yeah, Joe. You know, it's exhausting being a rock star. And like, well, she's not being a rock star. So now she's getting her ass whooped, Mike. You know what I mean? Like, but like,
he smells the opening.
But like, it's just Goldie's class, and Mauro again is old school pride for a lot of people. So that's why I'm saying the two of them are the sound of MMA to a lot of people.
Yeah.
I miss Goldie on UFC. I like the different avenues they've gone, but I still don't think it's the same as Rogan and Goldie, and I really miss it. And I think
oh God, though, just thinking him and Jimmy Smith.
Yeah, I know.
It's gonna be so much stick.
Yeah,
isn't it?
it's sad.
Poor Jimmy.
Yeah.
Can't catch a break.
But like, we're asking, is it a good addition to the broadcast?
Yeah.
We spoke about it as well with Bellator bringing in Brendan Schaub, but also having Sonnen. These are big names that are known in MMA. They're people that are recognisable, and it's just bringing, I think, Bellator again. We keep doing this. It's almost like we're promoting Bellator more.
I know,
but it is bringing them to the next level of broadcasting and to the product they have and the display. If there's a rumour that they're going to change the name Bellator as well.
Yeah, I've heard that. I don't think Scott Coker doesn't like Bellator. Doesn't like the name. That's the rumour, and I'm pretty sure.
What is Bellator? It's like a Spartan or something.
Thing, yeah.
But there's something about, and someone was saying, Joe Rogan was saying, call it Spike MMA, but Spike Television is also changing their name.
Yeah.
But like, I just think it is genuinely bringing these guys in is only going to make the product better and stronger.
Yeah. Obviously,
and more recognisable to the casual. Like, if you're just sitting at home and all of a sudden you hear Goldie, or you see Brendan Schaub because you listen to The Fire and the Kid, or you hear Mauro because you watch WWE, he was on WWE not too long ago, or you're a boxing fan, you hear the voice, you recognise it, you're going to go, oh, there's the whatever, and you're going to watch it, and you're going to hear Goldie say, speaking El Portuguese. And you go, no, that's Japanese, Mike. You should know that. You're married to a Japanese woman. I love Goldie. I've put it out there.
I know, you love Goldie. I like Goldie. Like, I like, he has that, you have that sense of nostalgia when listening to him, and I don't think he's bad. I just think, you know, there is better. Like, I think Mauro Ranallo's better, but it's nothing against Goldie, and I think it is a good kind of get for Bellator because you have that recognisable voice.
But will Goldie and Jimmy look at one another the way Goldie and Rogan?
No, they can't.
I just want somebody to look at me like that in life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Beautiful. That was your obviously quickfire news, and that was brought to you by Fight Star Ireland, the fighter's choice. Check them out. Everything you need, be it CBD oil, be it groin guards, be it the gloves that Conor McGregor bought for his training camp to fight Floyd Mayweather. Check them out. Tell them we sent you because Stefan and Claire are sound.
Yeah, before we move on, because not everybody watches the show till the end, so if you're still watching right now, next 2 weeks there won't be a show because Noel is being selfish and going on holiday.
I'm having the first family holiday in 7 years. So, yeah, I'm going away. So the show stops
for 2 weeks. But we're gonna try release a couple of things.
We're going to do a few things this week before I go away that we'll edit and put out in the latter stage just to keep you as happy. Yeah. And OFC full. So let's move it along and let's get on to the man himself, the man, the myth, the legend, Johnny Jitzu. Just getting on with Johnny Jitzu. Who's the fuck?
Johnny Jitzu here, just getting on for obviously Fight Talk. What's the story, lads?
What's the crack, Johnny?
Story.
Good to have you back, and we're not just on a video, we're actually chatting to you. What's the crack, man?
Yeah, all good, boys. Just chilling out before I go down to the gym at 8 o'clock.
A couple of things with it, Johnny, is your fight's just over 2 weeks away, 2 and a bit weeks away. How's camp?
No, my fight is off, mate.
It's gone?
My fight is off.
What?
My fight is gone. My opponent pulled out with an injury, bud, so yeah, the fight was off. We were waiting about 20 days to know were we going to get another opponent or not, and it's very close to the fight, so I just said, here, we leave it and I'll come again strong. I'm going to do some jiu-jitsu up on Andy's in July and just keep working on the ability. So,
are we just not paying attention online, or has this not been announced?
Yeah, where did we miss that?
I actually put up the video there. I actually put up a little video there last week of it, lads. Sorry, you missed it.
I definitely missed that. That's lousy. So I'm sure you'll be in attendance anyway, will you?
Ah, of course, boys. Of course, definitely.
We'll get you covering for OFT. Look.
Man, definitely. I'll cover for you. No problem.
Bit of news broke this week as well, Johnny. I'm not too sure if you heard. It was a bit on the down low. It's being confirmed that Conor McGregor is fighting Floyd Money Mayweather on the 26th of August. Is it?
Sounds right.
26th of August in Vegas.
That's definitely one thing that has not slipped anywhere on the internet. Like, you cannot get away from it, lads. It's like when we talked about it briefly before. Yeah. You know, there was no two ways it wasn't going to happen, man. There's too much money involved here. It's like this, you know. I know you wrote something there that was very interesting. I respect your point on it now. What you said, you'd like to see the two guys fight respected guys in their divisions rather than fight each other. But the reality is here, you've got the two biggest combat stars in the world here, and they want to make money and they need each other to make money, and this is what's going down, you know.
It's just, for me, you know, like, the thing for me is that when I put that up, a couple of people messaged me going, "Oh, you're just a hater or something." I was like, I'm not a hater. I said, I'm a huge Conor McGregor fan. Like, I really am a huge McGregor fan. I've been watching him since Cage Warriors days, and he's Irish, and you get behind him and you cheer him like a lunatic. But the one thing I said at the end of my post was, I can understand why both have taken this, because they're going to laugh all the way to the bank. But for me personally, I'd love to see Conor defend his belt, and I'd love to see Mayweather even, you know, if he was coming back, Triple G, whatever, you know what I mean, to fight whoever.
Yeah, or maybe get a second fight going with Manny Pacquiao or something like that. I can understand where you're coming from now. But
arguments aside from that, right? So take away shoulda, shouldn't, because it's happening, and it's, you know, both are going to be, like, McGregor settled for life. Like, not that he wasn't going to be anyway, but this is a huge payday. As you rightly said, Johnny, it's the two biggest names in their respective sport. But how does it play out? Like, realistically, like, with the greatest respect, Conor McGregor is a fantastic mixed martial artist, but we don't know what he's like as a boxer against what many will consider as one of the best of all time.
Yeah, definitely the best defensive boxer of all time. There's no two ways about that. You know, definitely he's the hardest guy to hit on the planet. But it's like what we talked about previously. Me personally, do I think Conor's going to look like a bad fighter in there against him? And my answer to that, like previous, is no. And I think what Conor needs to do when he goes in there is make the fight a dirty boxing fight, not a classic Mayweather style fight where you're playing in that range and you're slipping and you're doing all that stuff. He needs to back him up and he needs to tie up his arms and, you know, do stuff that's like he uses in MMA and that we all use in MMA, and rough him up a bit and maybe get a couple of warnings during the fight. Do you know what I mean? And, like, because the fight's not going to be stopped by the ref. You know what I mean? Take a warning here and there, and like rough them up. Maybe an old little Mike Tyson thing, a little short elbow on the inside. Like, I hate to say it, but like this is the stuff he's going to have to do. Overhook the arms, crack the head into his head, do lots of stuff that's unorthodox and stuff that Mayweather hasn't seen in there before, you know what I mean, and never been put under that type of pressure, because okay, guys have clinched them and done stuff like that, but you've got a guy there like Conor coming in with like a grappling experience and all, like overhook them arms and just be a bully in there, man, and to get some success against them, you know what I mean, because if you're playing that game floating around trying to play this duck and dodge stuff, man, you're not going to touch it, man. It's as simple as that, you know.
What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts on McGregor training with the same guys that he's training with now, rather than going to like a boxing gym and training that way? Do you think it's better for him to stick the way he's training and, as you said, use some of the MMA techniques, the ones that are legal, of course, or the ones that you can kind of get away with, rather than just trying to go and become another boxer?
Well, lads, you know, come on, let's be realistic here. We don't know what's going on there. He could be sparring with a few boxers. Let's be realistic. But whatever's being put out there to us and what we're seeing is, don't get me wrong, he's sparring with Artem and doing all that stuff as well. But they're definitely bringing in boxers like, you know, the Highlands. I don't know who they're bringing in myself, but there's definitely boxers coming in, and they're playing that game, and they're getting boxers to mimic Mayweather and slip and rip and do all that stuff. And, you know, it's like what I said, lads. This is what he needs to do. Like, he needs to go in and make this an unorthodox style fight, and like make it a fight rather than a boxing match. You know what I mean? Even though it's under that rule set. You know what I mean? Overhooking the arms, little sly loafs and all that sort of dirty stuff, man. Like, you know what I mean? That's how you're going to get success here against this guy. This guy is just too polished and too clean to play that game. You got to come in and you got to just be in his face and just be a bully in there with him. It's as simple as that.
Brendan Schaub said that he can see Conor hitting him, but he can also see Conor winning rounds. Do you see Conor winning rounds by outboxing Floyd Mayweather?
Yeah, well, I think, you know, winning rounds by definitely scoring and tagging on him, but it has to come from a way of bullying him in against the rope, backing off, scoring some shots on the counter, then going back in, tying him up again, doing all this sort of stuff. Do you know, he's not going to win a match out. Personally, he's not going to win a match out in the open. Playing that boxing game out in the open, like, it's just not going to happen. You know, drag him into that corner, drag him into the depths of hell. You know what I mean? That's what he needs to do.
And one last point with it: the big difference is going to be the 4-ounce glove versus the 10-ounce Grant glove. How big of a difference, realistically, Johnny? You've been hit with both, I'd imagine, through your career. How different is it? Is it that big of a difference when it's a knockout blow? Does it really matter?
There was a thing even on sports science, like, about like the difference between a glove and how it hits, and a bare knuckle and an MMA glove. This is all hearsay. Come here, if a fucking 10-ounce glove hits you in the chin, on the, you know what I mean, you're fucking gone. Whether, like, I know an MMA glove, right, that'll hit you on the chin and it'll centre off on a little point, and it's like a little hammer when your knuckles hit. And I know a boxing glove is spread out a little bit more, but still, man, there's no two ways about it. If that's catching you in the ear or anywhere where it's rocking that equilibrium, it makes no difference, man. Like, and them 10-ounce boxing gloves at that level, man, they're like bleeding rocks as well. So I wouldn't buy too much into that bullshit, to be honest. And
$100,000 ticket price for ringside. Johnny, I'm sure we'll see you first row, will we?
We will, I'm a hairy arse. I won't be there first row. Unless OFT, unless you're bringing me now. Eh?
We've applied for media passes. We've applied. We'll let you know. Listen, Johnny, it's a pleasure, me man, as always. Just getting on.
Yeah, pleasure, boys. Who's the fuck?
See you, Johnny. Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Good luck, boys.
So there you go. The first of many of coverage with Mac today, but I don't think many will cover it the way we did with Johnny, but it's great stuff. Some honestly valid points there, you know. He does make valid points that we'll go into a little bit more as well with Tommy McCormack. We don't want to give our hand away just yet, but let's look at how did I miss that news with Johnny and not in the fight?
Both missed it.
Don't know. Weird.
Idiots.
Fucking gobshites. Look like idiots on our own show. Idiots, the pair of us. So yeah, we're going to dial up now. We're going to move to BAMMA 30, which takes place on the 7th of July, which is a Friday, folks, in Dublin's Point Depot. Forget the 3 Arena, it's the Point Depot. It always will be. And we're going to talk with Obi-Wan, and we're going to clean it up before we come on air and tell him how to say his surname correctly. But yeah, Obi-Wan takes on Richard Kiely, and what has been a bit of a heated build-up to the fight.
Quite anticipated.
Started
now,
a little bit in Belfast when Rich was the face of BAMMA, and not Belfast, it was in Birmingham, wasn't it?
Birmingham.
And he was going around doing a Snapchat for BAMMA, and very interesting and funny stuff. But he confronted, went and played mind games. They've been on Spin 103 with another. They spoke a lot of trash talking. So we're going to get on to Obi-Wan here. We're going to have a chat with him. We're going to see how preparation is and what he thinks of Richard Kiely.
And how to pronounce his name.
And how to pronounce his name. So Buddy Johnson, pay attention. Welcome back to Obviously Fight Talk, and I'm delighted to say we are joined by Daniel Olejniczak, who is fighting Richard Kiely at BAMMA 30. Obi-Wan, also known as. So thanks, Obi, for taking the time to come on in this rash guard in IFS before he's fighting.
How you doing, guys? It's pleased to be on the show.
Great having you, my man. And yeah, so we did get how to say the name, so it's really easy. This is for Buddy Johnson. Just take out the Y and read it as you see it. Yeah. So Dan, there's a lot of back and forth going on with yourself and Richard Kiely. This all started in Birmingham. So was there something behind this more so as well, or did it just start as soon as the fight got announced, or was there previous?
No, I don't think that. Honestly, I didn't even know about the existence of Richard Kiely before the fight was announced. So, you know, when I got the contract to fight on BAMMA 30 and his name was on a contract, I didn't even know who is he. I just said, yeah, it's another fight. So I just signed up. And my fight was announced before BAMMA 29 in Birmingham when we have first meet. Me and Richard had him first meet. So, no, before that, I didn't even know about his existence, to be honest with you.
He did approach you just before you went out to fight. Did you find that disrespectful, or there's a time and a place for it, but maybe just before you're going out to fight, not the greatest thing?
Well, he apparently, he came in to Birmingham with BAMMA Twin as a VIP guest or some sort of that type of person there, but yeah, well, I don't know if that's his way of promoting the fight or try to distract me. I don't know, but you know, there's a place and moment for a talk and for promoting the fight for a trash talk. Definitely not. It's not the time people when one of the guys is ready to get in the zone and get ready for a fight. You know, it's not the best ideal way to to promote yourself.
Something that we are starting to see a lot as well is IFS guys, you stand up and you take fights when it's ready, because you basically, to coin a phrase, you always are ready, so you stay ready so you don't have to get ready, basically. You showed that at BAMMA 29 by taking a short notice fight as well. How are you finding settling in BAMMA now? That was your second fight. Coming in here, your third fight now, how are you feeling? Do you feel a little more comfortable in the pro ranks?
Yeah, as you start, BAMMA, it's a big show. It's a big production. It's a big stages. My debut was in the SSC Arena Belfast, then Genting Arena Birmingham, and now 3 Arena in Dublin. It's all big shows with the big attendance, and it's huge. It's huge step up, and but I love it. I love it every single fight. But I feel from fight to fight, I feel more confident. Getting more familiar with the big stage, with the big cage, with TV and all the production. Around behind the scenes and all that. You're getting more familiar with it, and I'm loving every moment of it. So yeah, we didn't. Took our short notice fight in BAMMA in 29. I didn't. Luckily enough, my head coach negotiated me a good deal, multi-fight deal with BAMMA. They was pleased to sign me, so I didn't sign with BAMMA to just to watch shows on TV and on Facebook and stuff like that. I signed with BAMMA to fight on every single show when I got opportunity to it. I'm always ready, and whenever BAMMA needs me, I'm ready to step in.
Have you seen Richard's fight? Were you there when he fought McCabe and got to finish with the knee?
No, I wasn't live in the audience, but I seen a replay of it,
Impressed?
Very well timed knee, good place and well timed knee, you know. So fair play with it to him for that. Keith McCabe is a very dangerous opponent, and every platform he's very skilled and you know, and experienced. But yeah, fair play to Richard for you know, placing that knee in a good time and a good moment in a good place, and unlucky for Keith McCabe. But yeah, I'm well aware as well, you know, Richard's kickboxing background. So, but nothing that will, you know, surprise me.
That's the thing. Is this? You know, we always do the old school grappler versus striker. But I've watched you for a long time, and he tried to say your last fight was boring, where it was a wrestling grind match. But like, I've been watching you for a long time through Clan Wars as well, and I always find you're a well-rangy, varied mixed martial artist. You can do it all. And is it something in this coming into it, Daniel? Do you want to show him you can stand with him, or do you have a set? Obviously, you're not going to tell us your game plan, but is it something that you want to show him to earn your respect after all the shit talk? You sort of want to earn his respect by showing him how good you are on your feet?
Well, then obviously, you know, got my own plan, but I don't have to prove to Richard anything. I'm just gonna come in and I'm gonna put a hell of a fight, and hopefully he can manage it. And we're gonna put the, you know, the fight's gonna be really hell of the spectacle for people. But I know if you want to, you know, definitely we're not gonna, you know, it's MMA match. We're not gonna start it from, you know, from an ease and as a grappling match. You know, you're not just gonna you know, touch the gloves, go on an ease and start grappling there. You know, we're gonna start from stand up, but where the fight will go, you know, it's MMA. You know, it's not kickboxing anymore. It's MMA. But I won't be shy. I'm well trained in every platform. We can stand up, we can wrestle, we can grapple. You know, just see where the fight goes. I'm pretty much very comfortable in every platform. I know most of my fights in my amateur career didn't do much stand up in them. You know, most of my fights went pretty quick to the ground. You know, that's my basics. But we got good coaches over here in IFS. You know, to work on the stand up as well. So whatever fight goes, I'm gonna feel very comfortable.
What's the plan going forward? BAMMA have just announced as well that they will be in the SSE Arena in Wembley. That's later in the year. That's in September. All things going to plan. Would you like to be on that card as well? Do you want to stay active?
I'd love to stay. You know, fighting the SSE in Wembley. You know, it's a huge step. You know, it's a huge arena, and you know, London. I would love to fight on it. So far, BAMMA 30 gonna be my third professional fight in like space of 6 months. Yeah. So it's quite a lot. Definitely after this one, I'm gonna take about maybe a week or two off and just go and, you know, get some holidays.
Eat some Jaffa cakes.
Exactly, no, eat some Jaffa cakes, exactly. But I would love to fight on SSE in Wembley. Yeah, I would love to fight on it, but it's, on the end of the day, it's not up to me. I will fight whatever they want me to fight. So definitely after BAMMA 30, get some break, and then straight back at it, and hopefully get a spot and get another fight in BAMMA 31.
Before turning pro, would you have expected to have this option now, having the option of fighting in these huge arenas? You know, only 3-4 fights into your career. Are you surprised that came this early?
No, to be honest, you know, the things went so quick this year. It's on the end of last year when I had my last fight on Clan Wars. I can't remember, it was September or October. After, you know, talking to the head coach Paul and the other coaches in IFS here, I said I would like to go pro, and they say, yeah, you know, that's you done. Amateur career, you probably got more to offer in the pro ranks. So then came up BAMMA pro debut in BAMMA in the SSE Arena in Belfast. You know, that's, you know, something I was dreaming about. The fight, you know, the nearly home crowd, you know, all this here in the big massive stage. You know, we jumping from amateur small shows, local shows to the, you know, biggest stage in Northern Ireland. It's massive step up. And then Birmingham, now 3 Arena Dublin, it's everything's happened so fast. I wasn't expecting that, but as I said before, Paul McLaughlin, he's managing my fights, my contracts and stuff like that. He's done an amazing job, getting me first of all pro debut in big show at BAMMA, and then getting me multi-fight deal with them. It's just something I wasn't expecting, wasn't dreaming about it last year. Watching BAMMA fights previous, the guys from here, and I was like, oh, this is something amazing. I will always want to be fighting BAMMA and see local guys. I see them the same, like Glenn Irvine or Rhys McKee. I seen them on the same card on amateur fights of here in Northern Ireland, say like Akuma or Clown Wars, and now they was fighting on BAMMA, and I was like, I want that too. This is amazing. It's something. It's reachable. The BAMMA. It's a big promotion. It's a big production as well, and I think every amateur fighter from Northern Ireland and Ireland all want to hit their pro debut in BAMMA show, or everyone wants to have a multi-fight deal in BAMMA. So I'm really grateful for the opportunity that I got, and I'm trying to show my best on those multi-fight deal, and hopefully you'll see what's after. And
McVitie's need to get onto you with sponsorship with Jaffa Cakes. 100%.
That's a massive here. That's a massive campaign, mate. See if they'll get on board.
I tell you what, because between you and Derek Kennedy, when you go to a Clan War show, there's not a Jaffa Cake left in any changing room. And then they brought out a Jaffa Cake protein bar, and you put up a picture of it, and I've never seen a man look more happy in his life. I've seen pictures with men holding their newborn children who didn't look as happy as you holding that protein bar.
Very true. Our love to Jaffa Cake. It's something different, That's why every time the core team with Dara, it's came to Belfast.
So they should have the Jaffa Cake title between you and Dara.
Like, for example, in the Clown Wars, the rest of the team's got no chance to get in their hands on Jaffa Cakes. As soon as Dara walks in the building, it's dead and gone.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Listen, Obi, thanks a million for taking the time, because we know you're in the gym there. We wish you the best of luck. We'll be watching you. We may be speaking to you after it as well. So we wish you the best of luck, my man. Best of luck in the rest of the camp, and we'll talk soon. Thanks for taking the time.
Guys, thank you very much for getting me on the show. I'm really grateful for it. I was a big fan of obviously Fight Talk, and it's a real pleasure for me to be on the show and have a chat with you guys. And thank you very much for best wishes.
Cheers, man. Take care. Take care. Enjoy training. So there you go. It's not as hard as it looks to say. It's just Daniel Olejniczak.
No, it's hard.
No, check. Yeah, it's still struggle. Yeah. Cool guy.
I want a Jaffa Cake now. I want a Jaffa Cake now.
Yeah. Honest to God, check out his Facebook page. He has it, and he's like the happiest man in the world. It's a great fight.
Yeah.
There's a lot of back and forth. Again, I think it is just the typical hype the fights. We spoke to Richard after his victory over McCabe. One of the nicest blokes in the world. Very nice, listener to the show as well. Richard is great guy, great finish. So it's an interesting fight. You can check out. Richard was actually on What's the Story 2 weeks ago. So go on to What's the Story.
Watch this, watch that, and you'll be ready for the fight.
Exactly. And Mero and Danny better be saying on their show. Listen to, obviously, because scumbags if they're not. But yeah, again, as always, great having the fighters on to have a little chat. What we're going to do now is we are going to hit up Tommy McCormack. We're going to talk more Mayweather McGregor. So who better to get on than a man heavily involved in his whole life in boxing? He's seen the best of them, he's seen the rest of them, and now he's going to come on to obviously Fight Talk. So we'd be delighted to talk to Tommy. Welcome back to obviously Fight Talk, and we are now joined by Tommy McCormack. Like I said at the start of the show, if you've been to most fight shows all over this country, if you watch telly on the boxing, Muay Thai, MMA, a lot of them, you'll have seen Tommy looking after fighters, cornering fighters as well. So Tommy, thanks a million for coming on the show this week, me man.
No problems.
Big news this week, Tommy. I know you wanted to get someone that's as involved in boxing as you are to talk about it with us. It's finally being confirmed that Conor McGregor is fighting Floyd Mayweather. The rumours have come to fruition and are now true. So just what's your initial thoughts on the fight?
Joe, it's hang on, I'm not used to these cameras, lads. Right, number one, it's a mammoth task. How many times Conor's been asked to do something mammoth? The Aldo fight, could he deal with a wrestler? And he's answered everyone's question. But this is a whole new level. It's a whole new ball game. I think it's got the freak factor. It's got all the excitement that the fight was. Stuff like this has been done before. We've had wrestlers fight boxers before. But wrestling is, for all intents and purposes, it's a gimmick. So to have an actual proper combat athlete come to face a boxer, Conor's the real deal. He's a proper, he's called Kiely, and he's going to fight one of the best of our generation. It's a mammoth task, but it's exciting. It's you're probably never going to see anything like this before. This is going to be this is a big spectacle. This is going to break records. This is going to shatter box office records. I'm excited about it, but it's I don't know. It's just, you can't predict what's going to happen here. You know, this is just something that everyone's saying, Conor doesn't stand a chance. How will he land the glove on him? Nobody knows what Conor's going to do. You know, how are you trying for either of these guys?
Yeah.
You know, both of these guys are going to be as unorthodox as... how do you get a sparring partner for Floyd Mayweather? How does Floyd get a sparring partner for Conor McGregor? We've seen... I mean, there's silly clips going around of Conor when he started sparring and stuff like that. Okay, yeah, of course you're going to say, he looks nervous, he looks that. He's adapted to a new game. But I've no doubt he will have adapted to what's leaked out there. He will be a completely different fighter. Now, it doesn't guarantee success, but you know, you've got to give Conor a chance. You know?
The one thing you'd say, Tommy, is he has balls the size of like to go in and for your first professional boxing fight to take on what many would consider to be one of the greatest of all times. But you said something to me when I was asking you to come onto the show as well. Like his range, Conor's range, and the way he's going to approach the fight is something that Mayweather will have never seen before. I don't think Conor's going to approach this as a traditional boxing bout. So is Conor's best chance here early? Like, surely he's not going to outbox Floyd Mayweather over 12 rounds. So is his chance in this fight in the first opening rounds where Mayweather's going to have to try and figure him out?
Joe, I don't think Conor's not going to try and outbox this guy. Conor's going to try and take this guy's head off. You know, Conor knows what he has to do. I mean, every time, like, I was lucky enough to be in the building with him the night he won his second world title on the Cage Warrior show in the Helix.
Yeah.
And to see a guy, he has an aura about him. He uses confidence, and he every time he set out to do something, he has achieved it. Like, he really does. And like I said, he's climbing Mount Everest. This is a big job. Oh, he's managed to do it every other time. I don't know. I'm one of these guys that I'm a boxing guy, and I really do appreciate the mammoth task he's taken on. But would you bet against Conor McGregor?
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? That's the thing. I have said for, like, I remember when he came into the UFC first, I thought, you know, Marcus Brimage, this is a different class of fighter he's fighting now. Not that I doubt him, but I always thought it was the next step. I'll be perfectly honest with you, I'm doubting him here. Because, like, I've watched Floyd Mayweather. Like, you look at Mayweather when he fought Canelo, and, like, Canelo is an absolute killer. And Canelo didn't cause him any issues. Like, it's just, Mayweather is so good defensively that, I'll be honest, I am doubting him.
Yeah, I think, and this is the thing, Canelo went into that fight trying to box Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
You're never going to do that. If you look at the guys that have had any sort of success with Floyd Mayweather, you're looking at the likes of them Maidanas, and these guys swarmed him. They didn't give him any space. Even Miguel Cotto, just get on the guy. Don't give him any room. I think if Conor stands off too long, okay, he's got good reach and all that, but Mayweather's very good at judging distance as well. And this is the thing that both of them are really, really good at, is judging distance. I think if Conor gets on him, if he trains hard, cardio-wise and all that, they're fighting at 155.
Yeah.
Which is it's a nice way for Conor.
Yeah.
I really think it's a nice way for Conor. I think it's a better way for Conor than it is for Floyd. Floyd is a 147 guy. Like even for his fights with Canelo, that was at 152. But I mean, he never busted the scale at more than 149 or something, you know.
Yeah.
So Conor's going to be bigger. He's got a 2-inch reach advantage. Conor is very good. The one thing that if you see in all of Conor's fights, he's very good at just getting in and out of range. Now, again, it's different. It's different this time for him. But Conor is good. He makes no doubt about it. This is a guy that can fight. This is a guy that likes to fight. This is a guy that doesn't shy away when he fight. And I think he can't lose. Like, if he goes and even loses a points decision to Mayweather, he's done what 49 world-class guys have done, have tried and failed to do, and he's doing it on his debut. You know, this is unheard of. You know, look, I am just. He's putting Ireland on the map. Conor's put himself on the map. He's on the world stage. I think it's great for Ireland. And, you know, come here. Every year, the Irish football team goes off to the European Champions, there's the World Cup. We all get excited thinking we're going to win it.
Yeah.
This is no different. Conor's going into a competition. He's in the final.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He's in the final. That's, you know, it is what it is. It's going to be great. What I'd like to see is a smashing undercard on it.
Yeah.
I'd like to see some good, interesting fights on the undercard, because there is some really good guys there. I'd like to see some, obviously Floyd's guys, Gervonta Davis. I'd like to see him out. It'd be great to see Conlon on it. I don't think Conlon will be on it because he's with Top Rank. You all know Floyd and Top Rank don't go well, even though Conor and Michael have a bit of a link there. It'll be interesting. I can't wait to see the undercard, because a lot of the Mayweather's undercards don't tend to be great. You know, because all the money is going on Mayweather and his opponent, so the undercards tend to be very poor, you know.
Yeah.
What's funny about what you were saying there, Tommy, about Conlon being on the card, it probably won't happen because he's with Top Rank. We were talking about that coming to work today, and I turned around and said, hold on, we're saying it mightn't be possible for another boxer to be on a boxing card. An MMA fighter is fighting a boxer as the main event, so anything's really possible. But come here, one thing I want to ask you, Tommy, as well, is everyone's saying, what's Conor going to do? What's Conor going to do? How's Floyd Mayweather going to approach this fight?
The same way he approaches every fight. Floyd Mayweather will do what Floyd Mayweather does. Yeah. Floyd, if you watch all of Floyd's fights, Floyd just does enough in each round to win each round. He never pushes himself, he never goes flat to the mat, he never does it all. He just does enough to win each round, and each round is a separate fight for him. So he goes and wins every fight, every round. And that's all he's got to do. He has all the advantages. It's his sport. Conor has effectively been they're taking half his tools away. Yeah. This is a different ball game. Conor's allowed. Floyd's not going to be able to fight on the inside, because I think Conor will be well versed at holding him and trapping his hands and all that. Because this is where his grappling and jiu-jitsu will come in. And he can be very smart. I think I'm actually very curious to see what John and Conor and God knows who they got on board to help him out with this. I think it's exciting because it's boxing, and I've been on fights and I've said this guy's gonna win, and all of a sudden lucky shot lands, and all of a sudden they're going, holy, I didn't expect that. You know, there's a guy fly up on his back. Now, again, like I said, it's won't put my house on it, but it'd be hard not to say, come on, it's a 50-50. There's two guys going into the ring, one of them's gonna win, so lot of averages, you know. Come on, I show something at them.
Well, come in, Tommy. You're in the gym there. For anyone watching or listening, you can hear the background there. You're in the gym. What's the general consensus with boxing people? Yeah. What's the general thoughts with everybody in your gym there, or just in the boxing circles? What's the real thoughts about it?
It's a lot of smiling going on here. Of course, the boxing people, the boxing world, the boxing world aren't supporting this fight. Yeah. Right? Because number one, Mayweather is not liked. All right, and it's something to do with Conor. So it's Mayweather's not liked, and everyone feels that it's Mayweather being, you know, doing what he's done all his life. Mayweather has selectively chosen to fight people when he felt it was the time to fight them. Yeah, he's fought some great names, but not when they were at their best. So he fought Ricky Hatton, but he fought Ricky Hatton when Ricky was a light welter. He brought him up to welterweight. It was his first fight at welterweight. You need a year to go into the next weight. Yeah. So he took him his first fight. And we see what happened. And I thought Ricky had a good go. He had to fight the ref as well. Yeah. Then you look at Shane Mosley. He fought Shane Mosley. Shane Mosley was an old man when he fought. Yeah. Nobody would fight Shane Mosley. When Shane Mosley was Shane Mosley. So Floyd, if you watch that fight, he got rocked. Shane Mosley landed the shot and rocked him to the car. Now Floyd adapted. But Conor can hit. Now I've been fortunate enough to be. We were down on SBG in the earlier days, helping out with strike classes. Shane Conor, you know, but then we've all seen him in the UFC and we've seen him. How many times have we said, Aldo's a different animal, this guy's a different animal, how will he deal with a wrestler? And he's dealt with everything that's put in front of him. And like, this guy's used to getting elbowed in the face and all. Give me a break. If you're going to take an elbow in the face, you'll take a punch. You know, so Mayweather's not a big puncher. He's got problems with his hands. What he will do, he's very accurate. He doesn't have to hit hard because he's very accurate, and he's going to be very sharp. He'll hit you a lot of times in the same place. He's got to be laser accuracy. Will he be devastating punching? No. You know, Conor's probably been hit hard in his career by many others. You know, so I'm excited about it. It's going to be a great night. You know, I'd like to be able to go, but sadly I can't afford the tickets. But it's going to be great, and no doubt I'll be watching it. I will be watching it, and I will be paid to watch it because I wouldn't risk trying to stream it. Because you know, them streams always go bad when the whole internet is trying to get onto it, you know. Conor's going to break the internet again. You know what I mean? 100%. He does it all the time, but I take my hats off to him, you know. It's a Dublin boy, and he's a proper Dublin boy. There's nothing. He is what he is. He's a bit of a rogue. He's a hard worker. He's one of our own, and he's in the biggest fight probably of the century. You know, so I hope he does it. You know, it'd be great.
I had said, Tommy, my thought, and I hadn't really said that, and I turned around and said, look, you know, I have zero interest in this, and already that I'm talking about it, I'm getting more interest in it. Yeah. But it's like I had said, I'd prefer to see Conor defend his belt, and I'd prefer to see Mayweather fight the #1 challenger in his division as well. I said, but with the money involved, you can't give out how Conor couldn't do this fight. You gotta get. If he had said 3 or 4 years ago that he was going to fight Floyd Mayweather, he'd be down the road in John of Gods. People would think he's nuts. But now look at him. He's going to step out on the biggest stage in the world, and what you correctly said is probably the fight of the century. Yeah.
Oh, without a doubt. Like I said, this has been done before, but it featured a boxer and a wrestler. Yeah. And we all know wrestling it's entertainment. It's not a proper combat sport. Where MMA is, like, MMA is it's a very, very popular sport. It's massive growing. It's the amount of new fighters coming along all the time, and it's ever evolving. And I remember watching UFC 1 and seeing that there was actually a boxer in UFC 1. I think he'd won boxing.
Jimerson.
I believe he got Hoist Gracie in the first round and was promptly strangled to death. But do you know what's interesting, right? And this is something that I came across. When in the heat of battle, like Conor is used to kicking and stuff like that, is he going to be able to remain focused and not? Because he'll see an opening, or there's a kick to the leg, and I can follow up with this, and it's a natural instinct. I actually coach a girl, Lynn Harvey, and in a fight there, this made big news as well. She was fighting a girl whose background was Muay Thai.
That's right.
And as the fight wore on, the girl got frustrated and actually teeped in the boxing ring. And crazy to see, but obviously disqualification, and she didn't mean it. There was no malice in it. It was just that natural. This is what I do. This is how I fight. And she got herself disqualified. Now I'm being told that the stipulations there in the contract, the Conor can't do anything. Obviously, you wouldn't do that malice, because I do believe that you go into a fight, and what struck me with Conor is, yeah, we see the brash personality and all the character and all that, but how he took his defeat from the first Diaz fight, how he regrouped and came back. I wanted that rematch. I didn't want that a different way. He wanted to do it the exact same. And we all heard Diaz is going to do this with a full camp. He was going to do that. And it's a great fight. It was a close fight. But Conor won it. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, I take my hats off to him. And I do worry that in the heat of battle you might see a takedown or see something, just revert back to MMA.
But come here, how amazing Tommy would it be if he done a spinning wheel kick and knocked him out? And how, imagine that, you can just imagine, in the 7th round, and he just wheelhouse, boom, Mayweather out, Conor bollocks, 50% of my purse gone, but fuck it, he just knocked out Floyd Mayweather.
Do you know what? I honestly believe, right, if the real boxing people out there could scrape the money together, they would nearly scrape the money together and pay Conor to do it, because Floyd Mayweather is not liked. Yeah. I mean, he's not liked. If you look at the guys out there, the people that the boxing guys love, the likes of Golovkin, the likes of Canelo's, Keith Thomas, Anthony Joshua, the good guys, the people love them. Mayweather is the classic. Now, I mean, he made money off it. He's a classic villain. Nobody likes him, Yeah. People that will pay to see this are the casual fans. Now, I've no doubt the MMA world will tune in. Boxing people, they will deny it. I'm not watching this, but we're going to watch it. Yeah. We're going to watch it, because everything is on trial here. It's the whole... Although it'd be bad for boxing if Floyd gets chinned. Oh, I'd take one. I'd take a hit on it gladly, because it's a Dublin guy, Let's go on the bandwagon.
Let's get on it. But from a Floyd and boxing perspective, what does Floyd have to do for it not to be somewhat of an embarrassment? If it goes to points, that's a win for Conor, and that's probably a loss in a way for Floyd. What does Floyd have to do for the boxing fans to not turn around and say, "Oh, you really fucked up there. You didn't do what you should have done"?
For Floyd to really
put a stamp on it and look good.
For Floyd to look good in this, right, he would have to embarrass Conor. Now, I'm talking, if you've seen the Mayweather Arturo Gatti fight, I'm talking that sort of beat, just a beat. But I don't see it. I don't see it. I think it's. I haven't seen Mayweather produce that performance in a long time. Yeah. And I don't know if he can do it. I don't know if he can do that performance anymore. Plus, he's old. Yeah. Mayweather's nearly as old as myself.
Not as good looking, Tommy. Not as good looking.
I swapped the looks for some money. But he's Mayweather has all the pressure's on Mayweather. Yeah. Conor, let's be realistic. Conor is the one that be put pressure on himself, because he believes in himself, and anyone that's around him. Conor's quite infectious as well. The self-belief he installs in his team and everyone around him, because everyone believes. And look at young James. They're all flying down there, and it's off the back of it's infectious. You get out there and everyone wants to be the champion. And Conor's kicked the door open for Irish MMA. I remember in the early days when I got involved with Irish MMA, and you're looking at it and you're going, is anyone ever going to make to the UFC? Is anyone over here good enough? And I remember the first time seeing Conor saying, okay, he looks special, but is he European level? Are we talking someone that'll he's do okay until he goes to the States with it? And look what he's done in the UFC. I mean, it's crazy. It's admirable, but it's crazy to think what one guy has achieved. And I mean, I take me hat off to both Conor for his work ethic and John as well. The work that John has put into these guys, and the system he has there, and the self-belief he's installed in these guys. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I actually read somewhere that Conor had said to somebody, I think it was his first time fighting in Vegas, that he was going to fight Floyd Mayweather in Vegas.
He did say
I
it was.
don't know how true that is, but I'd actually believe that.
Yeah.
And Mayweather doesn't like southpaw.
Yeah, just Eddie Hoyland just chiming in there. Mayweather doesn't like southpaws neither, you know.
Yeah.
So it's going to be an interesting night. I really think. I can't wait. I'm excited. I really am excited. Like I said, if there's any sponsors or free tickets going there, I would gladly accept an offer. I'm good at wearing logos and t-shirts.
Listen, I'll probably say at Capital One. I presume you're at Capital One, are you?
I am indeed. I'm lucky enough to be working on. I have a good relationship with Martin Horgan and Lab One, and I've been very lucky to get into the Muay Thai world, which I find really exciting. That some of the most, the Cage King stuff has been some of the most exciting fighting I've seen in this country. Yeah. And again, I'm a boxing man, but to see those guys to stand up and there's not a backstep taken, them guys don't have reverse, you know. No. These guys are legends, you know. Every one of these guys. Donkey, I just gave him a shout out because he's retired now, but he was a favourite of mine. That guy is the heart of a lion. Small guy, but a heart the size of a articulated lorry. He was a legend. But there's so many great guys over here, and I'm looking forward to Capital One's going to be a belter. Absolutely. Everyone get down to nobody going to Coldplay, get down to Capital One. Yeah.
Fuck Coldplay, yeah. Get down to Capital One. I look forward to seeing it. And listen, Tommy, thanks a million for taking the time. Tell the lads in the background, thanks a million as well. And I'll see you at Capital One, my man.
No problem. You take care. Lovely talking to you. Always take care.
Take care. Thanks, Tommy. One of the best in the business there, Tommy McCormack, as you can tell. He's excited, and I knew this would fucking happen to me.
What did I say?
As soon as I start talking about it, I'm all in now.
Yeah, I told you.
What a fight!
What did I tell you? You'd be hooked. You'd be hooked.
I literally, as Tommy's down, I'm going, yeah. I'm like
win.
I'm like a dog, you know, when the owner has the ball and you're sitting there going, throw the ball. That's what I'm like.
What it is, it probably won't be the best fight in the world. You know, it could be very disappointing, but for what it is, it's an absolute spectacle. You're not going to see this again. You know, it's one of them. It's one of them where like, it's kind of like, remember we were talking about super fights where we were just saying, just do it. Yeah. If there's a super fight there, just do it, because something will happen and it won't happen. Just do it.
So fuck it. You know. I'm all in. McGregor, Mayweather, and fuck it. I'm buying tickets to go see Dublin GAA against Real Madrid as well while I'm at it. No, it's great.
Are you buying tickets to see Michael Phelps swimming against a shark?
Jesus, look what you've started. Great having Tommy on again. Like Tommy, you can hear he's there. The Eddie Hoyland background and everything. Do you know what I mean? You're talking to legit boxing people.
The noise, that bell, whatever that was, the whistle.
That's the second bell. Some fuckers fucking out of breath when you hear that bell. It's great. The point they make about boxing people not liking McGregor or Mayweather is so true. He's hated in it. Yeah. But it will be funny to box people. I'm not watching that show.
Everyone's gonna watch it. It's gonna, as he said, it's gonna break records. It really will.
Great chatting to Tommy. Yeah. He knows the stuff, and he's up for it. He looks like a child at Christmas Eve waiting to what's Santa get me. Yeah. So now we're gonna move on. We're gonna keep it rolling, and we're gonna talk to a man. You gotta get on Brent. Just go onto YouTube.
We need to top off the show.
In Brendan Dorman. Yeah. Sit back and watch some of the finest breakdowns you'll see. So yeah, let's go on.
We're just going to talk a little bit about Holly Holm, and then later in the week we might have something else with Brendan released.
Yeah, we might have something. You're such a tease.
Yeah.
So let's get him on. So welcome back to obviously Fight Talk, and if you're watching on YouTube, you can see, and if you're listening, you're going to hear. We're joined. We're not saying he's the best in the business, but we're just saying there's no one better. We're joined by Brendan Dorman. Brendan, welcome back as always, my man, to obviously Fight Talk.
Thanks for having me. Best is fine with me.
Yeah, love it. Holly Holm. We want to talk a little bit of Holly Holm, and Bethe Correia went down this weekend.
Last weekend.
Yeah, weekend passed. Yeah. So you want to break it down? Let's talk a little bit about the analysis as you were watching the fight there. So the floor is yours, sir.
So, okay, one thing I think everyone kind of would notice would be the tentative nature of the first round. Even some of the second, what I thought was awesome and something you don't see enough in the UFC that you used to see in Pride via card a lot of the time was the ref stepping in and being like, I understand your game plans, get to work. And the fact that the mic caught it on top of that was awesome. So I was like, good on you. Whatever that Dan something, man. I wish I remember the guy's name.
Mark Goddard.
You know his name?
Goddard. Yeah, Mark Goddard.
But yes, that's it.
Yeah.
Good on him, man. That was good because it actually worked. Because who's to say whether or not that's going to work? Is that necessarily a penalty?
Yeah.
But you had trying to psych out kind of thing with Beth. I don't know what she prefers for enunciation, and Holly's a counter striker, and we saw that in pretty much all of her fights. She certainly exploited Ronda's aggression, and I think she maybe thought Beth was going to be a little more aggressive. So there was just that feeling out thing, right? And what Holly did that was really cool is she stuck to her. She has, say, a bag of tricks, right? But she did add one, and that's kind of a Jackson Wink thing. So every fight you'll see, even if it's just one new strike or a new attack of some sort or a feint or something, you see new things. And that's good because, you know, at that level, people are trying to game plan for each other, right? If that makes sense. So I never saw her throw that rear leg question mark Brazilian upside down roundhouse rag. There's like 85 names for that guy. But she tried it earlier, and I preach this a lot, and it was funny because we talked kind of like with Holloway and Aldo, right? We talked about like 1-2 cadence, 1-2, and the second one is what caught it, right? So I think it was in the second round when she tried it, and it kind of hit like armpit. It didn't quite get in, you know. And she went for another head kick, and then she started changing level. And the thing with Holly and her brilliance is that she'll change levels, but it'll look the same, right? So rewind back 15 seconds to her weapon. She's got a great left straight that she throws with zero tell. Her jab is always kind of like a rangefinder, you know, kind of. When I did the first breakdown that she put on her Facebook, which was awesome, of her beating Ronda, I compared her to Guillermo Rigondeaux a little bit because they're both southpaws, and neither of them really like step into their jab aggressively. She kind of just paws it out. She's got a really mean right hook, like a lead check hook that she uses, left straight, left high kick, right? And she uses that chas bas, or as Rogan would call it, oblique kick. I'm not sure if he made that up. But so she's got those, right? We kind of know her toolkit, good takedown defense, but she's a tentative counter striker. Those are her main weapons. Not to say she can't throw other strikes. With Beth, I'm just going to ask you guys this. There's no right or wrong answer, but what are her weapons?
Bet.
I don't really.
Pressing forward.
Aggression, I think, is more.
That's not a weapon, right?
Yeah. No, it's just attribute.
This isn't a like you're answering wrong, right thing.
Yeah,
I was thinking the same. I'm like, what does she do well? I don't really, I don't know. So it seemed like it was like a matter of time thing, but that matter of time was maybe a little longer than maybe some expected. So you had a superior striker against another person trying to be, and she out of the wheelhouse all of a sudden threw a back fist. And to me, sometimes when everything else looks a little sloppy, to say I don't know, like, it's not that it was sloppy. She had actually a pretty nice right cross that she was throwing, no selling it, and it landed a few times semi-flush actually, but she's not setting up her strikes. And if I had one knock on Holly, and it's weird because I've seen like seminars and stuff with Jackson, or maybe I heard him say it himself, that you shouldn't single strike too much. You know, it's something like Boss Rutenhammer's home. I was told always by Henry Hooft and Phil Nurse and everyone I've ever worked with that's high level, like, you don't want to pot shot too much. You want to either, you know, throw something strong, kind of fade off, and then blast back with something too, or put 2 or 3 strikes together at a time, right? If you keep single shotting, eventually someone's going to guess right. Maybe guess wrong, but you're taking that risk, right? So all of those things being said, it was interesting when she went to the back fist, and then Holly did the mockingbird effect with her, and I'm like, you don't need to do that because you have weapons, right? And of course, the minute she does this shit, losing a fight, like bring it on and sticks her chin out and postures up, not only did it aesthetically look ridiculous, but she just got what I think was inevitable. I like felt it a little bit. Like, here it comes, dummy. Like, I don't really think she's a dummy, but point is, like, if you're losing a fight, why are you taunting? You know? And you had a superior striker versus just an aggressive kind of chick who's already been clipped by much lesser strikers, you know? So interesting, because they both play a pretty important role in Ronda's career in different ways. You know? Beth was the one that made people underestimate Holly in a way. Right?
Yeah, it's a good point.
Yeah, I was thinking about that when I was breaking it down a tad. I was like, they're very important to Ronda for entirely different reasons, although sequitur, you know? So from a technical standpoint, the things that I wanted to say was that question mark kick, I think, is the most common used way to describe it. The way that she threw it was not only fast and perfect, but that as soon as a shin hits chin, it's every time. It's game over. I don't think until you've felt it or until you've done it or until you've experienced it, you don't understand what a shin from the muscles in your leg will do to your chin. It's not like little knuckles. This is a bat, you know?
Baseball bat, yeah.
Because when she landed it, Beth was kind of coming in. It wasn't like she was like totally blindsided by it. She was like moving kind of with it. And then she got caught with it. But so the efficacy of the kick when it does land, but also the way in which she set it up when she saw that it didn't work the first time. So very interesting. Now, what's next for Bethe? Are we going with?
Bethe,
yeah.
Sounds so close to saying the wrong thing, but
bitch.
I don't know what's next for her. I don't see much. It'll be interesting with Holly to see who's kind of next, because women's bantamweight seems a little amok right now, kind of.
Yeah. Well, you have the 145-pound title up for grabs now against Megan and Cyborg. That's happening now.
Megan. No, that was announced, right?
That was announced today.
Yeah, 214. Yeah, they've stripped Randomie of the title, so it's for the title.
So GDR got stripped?
Stripped, yeah.
And she said she was very disappointed by it, but she will be back at 135 pounds. So she's dropping down again.
No one wants to fight Cyborg.
No. But that could be a good fight. Holly Holm and
the winner of that.
Yeah, Randomie again.
Randomie again.
Yeah, Randomie again to get it back. Hey, Holly Ronda. Hey, but what the thing is as well though, Ren, is you said it. Like a lot of people underestimate her. She went on a bit of a. It's almost like when she beat Ronda. Similar in a way to Bethe, what you were pointing out as well. Ronda knocked out Bethe Correia, and then everybody thought, oh my God, Ronda Rousey could knock out Floyd Mayweather. And all this silly talk came. So then Ronda Rousey thought she was the elite striker.
That's going on in a different context, by the way. But I digress. Go ahead.
But so everybody thought, oh my God, this is amazing. Ronda Rousey's so good. And then when Holly Holm knocked out Ronda Rousey, everyone's like, well, Holly Holm's just the best thing since fucking sliced bread. And then Holly Holm got destroyed. Well, she lost to.
It was a close fight until the end, yeah.
And then she went on a bit of a streak, a losing streak, and questions were asked, and it was like, oh, did we overhype this girl as well? But then, for me, she lost to Miesha Tate, then she lost to Shevchenko, and then it was the Randomie. But again, when she goes in there with Bethe Correia, she shows it, and it's almost like that hype will start to build behind her again. Maybe she's learned a little bit more. Maybe she believed her own hype, in a way. So realistically, what is next for her? It's like she seems like, she has an elite background in striking that you're alluding to. She has a huge advantage over a lot.
Majority, yeah.
Amanda Nunes possibly could be
I would say for sure. Yeah. That would be fascinating. The thing with Amanda that favors her sometimes when you have someone, it depends on how they use their striking, but a lot of times if someone's hands friendly and someone's legs friendly, unless you're Wonder Boyish, although I hate the way he fought Woodley still, that still kills me, but I feel like that was some psychological thing or something. I don't really know. But I guess what I'm getting at is Amanda's known for having dynamite in her hands and being very aggressive. So fascinating in that regard, right? Because a lot of Holly's damage against Ronda was with her hands, counterpunching, a pressing fighter. Now, we all know, not the same level strikers coming at her, right? But it's hand power, right? She can throw kicks, but not Holly. Holly kicks incredibly. And punches well too, but it's pretty much counters. You don't see her chasing someone down, angling, pumping a jab to throw like a sneaky little six, Gustafsson versus Teixeira style. You don't see those kind of combinations put together. So it'd be interesting because her takedown defense is really good, but if it were to go to the ground, who knows? I mean, I think she's a black belt, right? Yeah, she's a black belt. So, a black belt on the ground with crazy power in her hands and a lot of aggression. Now, we haven't really seen her go more than, I think, maybe 3 rounds. I don't. She's never been in a 5-rounder for sure, right?
No, she fought Shevchenko in that 3-rounder. That was on the, I think it was the 196 card, and she got tired after probably maybe 2 rounds. She got tired after 2 rounds, and Shevchenko took over. So that makes that fight pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe that's coming. You know, I don't know. I'd have to take a look at the rankings. I don't have it all memorized, but it'll be interesting. I like Holly at 135. What I don't like is Cyborg, like her or not, or blemish her career or not, which I won't. I assess people on skill unless it's really obvious. I try not to get too involved in that. Like, oh, this person got caught doing. Most people have been caught doing something at some point. I mean, if not, there's something suspicious I could point to. You could name a person, I could probably point to something, right? Because that's the nature of professional sports. I mean, we're lying to say otherwise. So whether or not she did something is kind of moot for my point that I'm trying to make here. It seems like people are just straight up either not going to fight her, in the case of Jermaine Duran, GDR is easier. GDR, She's just like, nah, I'm good. Like, she didn't even.
Straight off the bat, she was on good. She literally won the time and fuck no. Bitch, I'm out of here. Yeah, she was, insane.
And you got to figure that would certainly be her biggest payday ever, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
So to just, cash that check in it, I don't know. That's all weird to me. I don't think Holly would be afraid to strike with Cyborg. Do I think she could win? No.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a woman on planet Earth at 145 that can beat Cyborg. I really don't. I think there's a lot of. If you were to take a guy like a local pro, like that level 145, I swear Cyborg would give him a run.
Yeah.
She's a bad woman.
Yeah.
Like when you saw her, I mean, the one time we got to see her in the UFC, if you saw her footwork and her lancing jab and everything was technically perfect and balanced. She had, like, I call it the pyramid effect, where your head is always kind of in between the balance of your feet. You can shuffle step and stuff, but your head is always, even if it's moving, everything's balanced. She reminded me of, like, I don't know if you guys were K1 fans, but like Badr Hari in his prime, kind of like that long yet power, you know? Yeah. Like she was fighting very long jabs, long kicks, straights, mixed with, in fighting, short fighting. She's. I mean, it's almost like I don't blame them. Yeah. But it's, as a fan, it sucks, if that makes sense.
Do you think that Cyborg, maybe people get the wrong impression of Cyborg in terms of her style? Because when a lot of people talk about Cyborg, they just talk about the aggression. And you brought up, she's very, very technical, and that is true. But everyone kind of just talks about her being pressing forward and being a brawler, but she's not really. And do you think people get the wrong impression of who she is as a fighter?
I think earlier in her career, there was a little more unrefined striking. She works with this guy who's he's a really cool dude. I talked to him through just social media and stuff. His name is Dewey Cooper. He works out of Floyd Mayweather's gym in Vegas. He's got like long dreadlocks. He's just a cool dude. A great striking coach. And I know he's worked with Cyborg. You know who else he works with is Kevin Lee. Coming up. Yeah. He's just a great mind for striking. And I think he's done it all. I think he used to compete in maybe Muay Thai back in the day. Super guy, always been a gentleman to me. But when I've seen him working with Cyborg, I'm like, and I think she's done some work with what's his name from King's MMA, Rafael Cordero.
Yeah.
Him too. So she's maybe worked with the right people in the interim. Because if you think about when she fought, who was the hot
Gina?
The hot one that. Yes. Yeah.
How did you get that?
Just have to say the hot one.
I say
I hope Nikki doesn't listen to this show.
I could have said this person fought at 170 at UFC 193 with the beard, the guy.
Well, I don't know.
I say hot, and you know who I'm talking about. That's hilarious. Yeah. So when she fought her, I think that was kind of more of what maybe people are thinking of, because I don't think she was as technical then as she is now, I guess is my roundabout point.
There's a great, she actually made
most recent version.
She made it an appearance on The Fighter and the kid. No, it was actually the Big Brown Breakdown.
Yeah.
Her and her partner, they got him for, give me, I can't remember her partner name, but she came across brilliant. And the big point about it is like, with her, as we're saying, there's not a woman on the planet who can beat her. Why are the UFC not promote? Like you look at the promotion Ronda Rousey got. Why are they not getting behind Cyborg and putting all this in? The woman is an absolute killer, and it's when you're watching it's quite sad when I was watching it. You feel for her. You have such empathy towards her, listening to the story, and then like I was like, oh man, I was telling everybody you gotta listen to Brennan Schaub with Cyborg. Said it's such an interesting interview, and then like 2 days later she sparks one Moran at the thing, and it sort of goes, she's not really helping herself, but. Like, the UFC should be throwing money behind her and promoting her because she's in it. Right, the whole thing, this is what is annoying, and Rob sort of summed it up by you saying the hot one, Rob, straight away, Gina Guerrero. That's the sort of wrong thing in women's MMA, is that, you know...
We're all guilty of that, by the way.
But it's we shouldn't be putting them on the pedestal because they're pretty and, wow, they can fight too. They should be on the pedestal because they're fucking killers. They're trained fighters, and there's nobody better than Chris Cyborg.
100% I agree. And if I was gonna parlay into a point, it was that. It was that I think new ownership especially doesn't understand that marketability in MMA isn't necessarily Paige Van Zandt, right? Misha Tate, right? I think both of them are gorgeous. Yeah. And both are really good. Misha especially, and Paige got close, you know. She had her moments. They're good fighters, but they're not fucking Cyborg. Yeah. No. And people tune in to see savages. This is time immemorial. This is, you know, in my lifetime I'd have to go to like Tyson, but in my father's lifetime he could have went back to say Foreman, right? Pre-Ali. Or whatever, right? This is just a thing. This unstoppable rebel force, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. People like to see that. Whether or not they're rooting against it is irrelevant. They're gonna tune in, and that's like the Vince McMahon model, you know. Like I think you make a fair point. I don't know if I'm phrasing it the right way, but I agree in principle with what you're saying 100%. In that, I mean, maybe people do want a fighter, and they're just not putting the pieces together. Because interestingly enough, I think with guys that works the opposite way. Because like with Luke Rockhold, he's got a lot of haters, right? Or like Alan Jouban, or GSP was the ultimate example of that. You know, like people hated on GSP for not finishing, and I brought up that point with like John Jones. But don't watch fights with women around when GSP's fighting, or you're gonna get pissed if you have a, you know, shallow, you know, Napoleon complex or whatever. Like, you better be comfortable in yourself as a man watching a fight, because they might fawn at that, you know? And guys get fucking pissed about that, which is telling, really. Honestly, to your point, it's like how it works in reverse almost.
Yeah, it's the alpha male thing. That's what it is.
Yeah, well, beta male, really, if you think about it.
Suppose.
You only really have to look at Forrest Griffin to see you don't have to be good looking to be a superstar.
Yeah, he's very old school Irish looking.
Yeah. Well, that's a dig at us as well. You look at Rob. Look how devilishly handsome Rob is.
Look at this guy.
I just don't have the brogue or anything, you know. I certainly didn't see the beautiful greens. Yeah. I'm not dissing my own people. Come on. I know my roots.
And if the ending to that show seemed a little bit abrupt, it's because it was basically, no line, we forgot to record an ending. We forgot to do it. So I'm just leaving you here just to let you know that, again, there won't be a show next week or the week after. I'm going to try to release a couple of things, hopefully record some things, but we will have some stuff that gets released over the next couple of weeks. Yeah, but thanks for listening, and follow us on Twitter at talk_fight, on Facebook just search for obviously Fight Talk, you'll find it. On Instagram, same thing. Subscribe to our YouTube page below, and we'll have loads of content coming up soon. But again, thanks for listening, and we're out.